In the blue pages of the phone book under U.S. Department of Labor, Veterans Employment and Training Service, you will find the number to the local Director for Veterans Employment and Training in your state. And if I can add one thing, John, you mentioned something for active duty. We also do have a program specifically for active duty military. It's called the Transition Assistance Program. It's a 3-day workshop that we put on for those individuals that are getting ready to separate, or those that are getting ready to retire, and their spouses. We bring them in, provide them tips and tools on finding employment, make them aware of all the rights and benefits that they are entitled to include the reemployment rights and all the VA benefits.
So it's nice to have a TAP program around the country that is the same everywhere. That is so nice. For more information, check out this website. So again, another stand down for NASA Ed Corp at Camp Algonquin, March 31st and April 1st. I know you both will be there. It's always a good time. When you do come out from the previous stand downs, can you just share a little bit of what you've seen that would want to make people come out and volunteer and help these veterans, maybe provide some time at least? And tell them about the stand down from your point of view.
Okay, as I look at stand down here specifically, I think it's an excellent opportunity for all of us as service providers to come out and help those individuals that at one time had served in their life well by being in the military. And maybe they're down a little bit at this particular time, and I think as a country that supports our veterans, that we have an obligation to come out and help them to get back on their feet. And as I was at the one you provided last fall, and I'm looking forward to this one also, but the key to that is, I think in stand downs, that you could reach those individuals that as quote unquote, that come to a federal office or state office. We may miss those individuals, but you can pick those up for us, and an opportunity and a platform for us to reach out to those individuals and give them the necessary services that they are entitled to. And I also like the fact that we just don't have a stand down, that when we get those individuals here, that we follow up. It's not a one day, it's beginning of the rest of their lives, that as long as they will allow us or allow this stand down entity to assist, stand down ends the day, but our work with them begins that day and follows on until we have them back where they are gainfully employed and doing well in society. And one of the key things for a person, as we all know, if they have a job and that can take care of themselves and provide for their families rather, I think that's the key. And basically that is the American dream, that we want to make sure all Americans achieve that dream. And that's how I look at Stand Down.
The Stand Down is a huge event, and you're right, it is the beginning. Those 2 days is the beginning of our next 6 months worth of work until the October Stand Down. And a lot of work that it is. It's certainly rewarding. I thank you for your participation in the Stand Down. Just your mere presence to be there and talking to these people has got to be satisfying and gratifying to you as well. Both of you. You come as well.
Yes, I've been very pleased, and you, John, and your entire team, and I think that's what makes you so successful, is you have a network out there. You have built relationships with private entities that support the endeavors that you take on. You're very good about getting the information out there in all the media channels. I think that you and your team have made the programs that you've established for veterans very, very successful, and you're to be applauded for that.
Oh, thank you. The Stand Down, again, more information on that at www.nasaed.org. March 31st and April 1st. Come on out and see what we're doing. or contact our office. So at Camp Algonquin, a nice setting right along the Fox River and just off of 31, north of 62. It's a beautiful facility, McHenry County Conservation District, all the wildlife and peaceful setting. Be sure to check it out. Heather Higgins, thank you so much. Patrick Winfrey, thank you so much for coming out. I hope to see a lot of you. And I hope that as this is streamed from StardustRadio.com, all military will see it, get on the websites, and learn more about the U.S. Department of Labor's VETS programs. But Heather Higgins and Pat Winfrey, he's so lighthearted.
Yes, very.
He's got a great sense of humor. And, he actually spent probably about an hour and a half out here, aside from the interview. And Heather, both their hearts are truly in it, and that spreads out throughout the region and the state with all the DVOPs and all the leaders.
I can definitely vouch for Heather. I mean, I first met her at our fundraiser, our spaghetti supper, and she was there to help as a volunteer.
She's been very, very supportive, which is good. Said a lot of good things about our stand down. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, I got a call a short time ago from Gene Symes from Operation Firing for Effect, Veterans for Veterans Connection. And he set up a conference call with Senator Feinstein's office in California. And the problem was, of this 325 acres for the West Los Angeles VA hospital, they've been cutting that back.
Right.
Actually leasing out space, selling off property there, leasing property off. One of the things that had moved in there was a private school. On the VA property, a private community school, which supposedly has Governor Schwarzenegger's children going to. In this decade, where we've got the highest number of veterans ever,
I was thinking the exact same thing. How could you get rid of valuable space at a VA facility, especially in an area of that Southern California area that's just so populated?
but California has, from the Coalition of Homeless Veterans, 48,250 homeless veterans, and there's only 2,700 beds.
Right.
So that sounds like a really good idea, cutting that back. Get online with Operation Firing for Effect, Veterans for Veterans Connection. Operation Firing for Effect is OFFE.net. And you can also gather that information from our website, www.naseducation.org. One more piece on this before we close is our stand down once again.
Coming very, very close.
It's very, very
I am
rapid.
excited.
Linda Chapalavia, representative from Aurora area. She's going to come and actually speak at this one. I met her on stage in Washington, D.C. for the Veterans March April 2005, I think it was, or 2006. Army veteran. I think she's still reserve. Captain, I believe, in the Army. Real powerful woman. Come out and see her put her power to use in speaking. Very articulate, very beautiful Linda Chapalavia representative.
There's also some talk of possibly some special celebrity guests.
Yes, but we can't let that
Yeah,
out.
we don't want to let it out of the bag, but they might be there.
All I can tell you is they would have my blue eyes crying in the rain. And I won't let my babies grow up to be cowboys. But I won't tell you who it is. For Muster America, John Blanchard, Eric Baylor, we hope to see you at our stand down. And again, any comments or suggestions, send to producer@naseducation.org. We'll see you next time if we don't see you at the stand down first.
Bye.
And for the stand down, March 31st and April 1st at Camp Algonquin, NAS Education is always looking for volunteers and donations. 150 homeless veterans are expected to come this time to the stand down. And as always, you can check our website for more information.